Normally we do our full game breakdowns as part of the best team in Madden, but I played a game and I wanted to break it down for you guys, and because I think that there's some really important points in this game that will help you guys win more games. So without further ado, let's get into it. Show you guys the team, walk through this game, and see how we do. If you're looking to build the best team in Madden, make sure you head over to moexp.com to avoid the packs and save some racks. Use code CC for 5% off. Link is in the description below. Fastest coins, cheapest coins. Use code CC. We'll see you guys on the sticks. 5% off. Be great. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? We are here, and it is a gameplay today, and it's a breakdown. We'll call it a full game breakdown. It's not the longest gameplay either, but it is. There's some really important parts in here that I want you guys to focus on again, and it's part of how sometimes you can beat yourself within the games. Okay, make sure you hit the like, make sure you are subscribed, and all that sort of good stuff. I'm just gonna roll into it for the most part. I want to show you guys the team here as well, just for reference point. Maybe someone's new is watching here, they haven't seen the team. This is what the team looks like. Okay, offensively, obviously stout. Defensively, also stout. Really enjoying playing with these guys, but let's just roll into it. Get it, got it, good. Okay, so I'm gonna play along and watch here. So this guy's top 3 was really not good. I think his highest card was like Vic. It was like a 92 or 93. Maybe he had Moss in there too. But again, it was a much lower 3 or 4 overalls difference, and I did not recognize his name. Right. So from the get-go, when that happens, a lot of us immediately judge our opponent. Do I know who it is? No. Okay. I'm probably better than them. Look at his top 3. His team's not very good. This should be an easy win. We do that often. And I don't normally really care to see anyone's top 3, but I did this time, and I was like, oh, okay. Maybe we won't have a sweaty game today, right? And a lot of times you can't base things on that. That is step 1. So whenever you match up with someone, whether you recognize the name or not, you need to be locked in as much as possible. You also not need to worry about who they have on their team, because the way this game is, a lot of teams really are indeed similar. Okay, so he is the Falcons in this game. I'm the Jets. And again, since it's someone I don't know, I'm not really sure what he's gonna do or anything here. We're sort of flying blind at this point. But I know he has Vic, so he has escape artist. So I was, kind of curious like what he was gonna do here in his first pass, right there. Not a very good pass. Right, look, it is covered. This is a covered pass. So let's add on top of the rest of that. Don't know who it is. Not a great team. Terrible first play. Well, that again, that just tells me all I need to know. I can stick my feet up and do whatever I want. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Okay, and it's a really important thing. So many people will do that. Now, the only times I lock in like harder is when it is someone who I recognize, because I want to beat them, right? But against other people, I sometimes don't, and I will raise my hand and be guilty of that at times. Here for sure. But again, the second pass is a pretty good pass. He's not running. That's not normally the play people run either. You know what I mean? I'm not. So when you play someone who also has a different scheme, it can be a little more difficult to predict what they're going to do, especially when I get the feeling that they don't necessarily know what they're picking. Sometimes you feel like they're asking Madden and all that, and it is really difficult for a player to be at a high level as an Ask Madden player. It exists. There are a couple guys out there, and it totally exists. So don't get me wrong there. But again, on some of these plays here, like right there, just a streak seam, right? Again, that's more of a higher level play in my eyes, right? To go for that. And he gets 7 out of it. So again, I added up all in my head, and I'm like, okay, was that a lucky play? I don't know. Maybe it was a really good play. Actually, it scored. It was open. Could have been touchdown. I don't know, right? So instead of at this point, after seeing everything, I thought to myself, okay, I know how this game has been playing this week and recently. I need to actually play smart here, because the games I've lost so far this in Weekend League is where I was too confident. I was trying to get back in the game instantly. So I decided not to do that. I decided to play it a little slower, play it a little smarter. Now, again, we like to run the ball to start a lot of times. And again, here, part of me, rightfully or wrongly judging my opponent, he's in like 3-4 under. 3-4 under is not a good formation. Using 4 linebackers on the field is not a good idea. It is not a good idea. But whatever, right? I mean, this is the way it is. So I know that I have like a certain set of plays now I can feel way more comfortable throwing. Way more comfortable throwing. And putting those out in our arsenal. Instead of trying to go deep, bomb them for 40 plus yards and all that. It's let's play slower, let's play smart here. I don't want to make any mistakes. I don't want anything bad to happen to us here at all, right? I don't want to give him a 2 possession lead potentially here. If I do that, no matter how good your opponent is, it kind of really puts you behind the 8 ball a lot of times, and you can come back and you can win those games for sure, but it makes it a little more difficult. So again, my mind is in the, okay, don't worry. I don't like how he scored. I don't like the pass he made, but it happened. So it's over. And so like right here, a lot of times the flats will leave, especially a cloud flat like that, will leave the flat completely. If you wait and you have pressure and all the, like he runs away. That might've been a curl flat there. So again, I didn't try to throw or pressure a ball in there because frankly, thinking we're down, right? So we're just going to run it in and tie up the game. Again, what I could see on that play is very telling. Like, maybe this guy's not really, maybe I'm giving him too much credit now. Because by the way, his players ran backwards on that play. So I want to show you that. So his players are all running backwards, which means he pass committed from the 3. Okay. So not a great thing to do there, especially. Oh, again. Okay. So trips, tight end, flex. Right. This is what his 3rd or 4th formation. So at this point, I'm really like, he's really past, you know, I'm not sure what he's doing. So I'm not even really like setting myself up on defense on this play because I don't really know what he wants to do. And again, he gets out and he throws a laser, an absolute laser against us. Okay. All right. Now again, was that a good play? Was it a bad play? Was it a lucky play? Was it a lucky read? I don't know, but it happened. So what we have to do is get into this mindset and this concept here of what we really want to do. And here it's going to run with Vic again. This is PA drag Y wheel. Really, you do not see people running this at all. But I would say at this point, he's being extremely efficient on offense. He's made 1 bad play. Didn't cost him. Fine. Can't go change the past, right? So I'm expecting a run here. So that's where I like change up my defense at this point. Like I really see like what I'm doing isn't really working. But I notice here he's running, you know, 2 drags, right? Basic mesh concept. And so it's like, okay, all right. Let me watch out for that because it was open, right? So I already have in my mind like, this is going to be open. We got to make sure that we're going to do the right thing here. So drags can be really hard to stop, especially if someone has the actual throwing patience within the game, and he has showed that throwing patience on that 1 play. Right here, we decided to like blitz heavy because I thought he was going to run. He didn't run. No harm, no foul either way. We get to 3rd down. So again, this is a fine situation, but he has Vic, so I want to make sure that we're going to be able to contain Vic. So last time we obviously had the contains out, he ran up the middle. This time I'm just going to call this Tampa 2 spy play because there's a spy out on the field, right? That's all I care about is like, if he throws a laser, that's fine, but he doesn't. He doesn't. We just couldn't let Vic run up the middle on us. I had to at least try to stop that. So what I want to do on defense, I'm not doing, and I can't do because apparently his randomness exceeds what I'm thinking is going to happen. All right. So he does go up 10-7. He kicks the field goal, which is pretty smart. I think that was the right call for him there. Even in hindsight, I think that's the right call. Again, and what did he try to throw there? A drag. Okay. So when I see someone keep throwing drags, keep throwing whatever route it is over and over, that's gonna click in my mind, and I'm gonna be looking out for that tenfold going forward when he's passing. Like, that is where my eyes are gonna clue in on and try to do all this stuff. So now that we're only down 3, so being down 7 and being down 3 are very, very different scenarios here. So I feel confident enough to then try to go deep, because we didn't really face a lot of resistance on our drive. We did not. I feel confident at this point in my offense, but I don't feel confident is my defense. So what that means here is that I feel maybe a bit more of a need to get 7. Okay. It just makes sense. So I'm going to just run different plays because, again, he's got linebackers out in the flats. So that's where I want to attack and throw as we get down here a little bit more. He's obviously in cover 3. He's not baselining. He's not doing anything. So I was really thinking he was going to do something there. And then it came out to be man, and we got just really blitzed there. Surprised me. So again, I felt like he wouldn't do the same thing. So I was just going to throw this streak in cover 3. And I felt like it was a really good pass, but what a play by Ed Reed. Okay. So I want to show you like what I'm seeing. So we obviously have the 2 streaks on either side. My mind and my eye in this sort of scenario here, I want to go to whichever the more open side of the streak is. We see Ed Reed is on the right hash mark. We are beyond the left hash mark. We're throwing it early, right? Early. Simmons isn't going to get there. He doesn't have lurker on Simmons, right? And as we throw it, Ed Reed breaks, which is fine. But look at this play. Unbelievable play. Okay? Unbelievable play by Ed Reed. Not by him, by Ed Reed. Cool. So, at this point in the game, you could be upset that you just threw a pick. Or, okay, well, it happened. Let's move on and let's get a stop here. Right? Because again, that was my mistake. It wasn't good defense in my opinion. So I'm not overly worried still at this point. I'm not taking him for granted anymore either. But I feel like we've seen his offense on 2 drives. I feel much better about what we could be doing here. And then he comes out in this wildcat, and I'm like, I don't know what is going on. And it's right here at this point. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. We're going to be down by 10 here, but we get the ball at half. We catch him because it's Sean Alexander, because he is not fast whatsoever. Okay. DC, hold him to 3. He's basically in the red zone here. He can't really get a first down. Hold him to 3. It'll be fine. So again, what are we going to be looking at here? Drags. We see a drag. We chase the drag. Finally, and again, we brought this up, what he likes to do, and immediately we have our user, and I see the drag coming towards me. Right? There's a drag going on either side at this point, so I have to pick which one I want to go after. So I'm going to go after this one, and he throws it at the worst possible time. If you want to make me guess, by all means make me guess. Here, you don't make me guess. You're just going to chuck it right at me. And, we're going to try to take this back for 6. But then he's got Vic. So Vic comes all the way back up here. So we do a little whoop. And, I don't even know, call it stick work. But we take it back and score. Okay. So our interception didn't matter. We had the lead, 14-10. Cool. That's all. That's all we need. We get the ball at half. So again, at this point, the goal is don't let him score. Just don't let him score, right? That's all I care about. Don't let him score here. Then the game's over. I feel confident enough at this point that the game would be over for us. If we can get a stop here, he's gonna end up quitting out. Something's gonna happen. We're in a real good spot. So again here, he's doing the, you know, same plays he tried last time. He just gets time, and honestly, again, he throws it early. He throws that a little bit later. If he rolls out, he may have a touchdown. So now I'm really watching out for that. So this was a terrible play by me here. I can admit it. What I was gonna try and user rush him off the edge here, but he hiked it like when I wasn't really ready. He runs 4 verts there. It's a good play. It's a good call. I mean, I won't tell you often that 4 verts is a good call, but right there it was. And so right here again, we're chasing drags. We're chasing drags, and he throws another pick 6. Why? Because we're sort of ready for it again, over and over. Like what he's trying to do here in this tight doubles, and he's quick hiking us too, right? So again, I think he has other things which could have been open, and if he throws this drag early, maybe right here, he's fine. But he doesn't. He throws it late. And because it's Vic, he doesn't really have much on there. Good old Bo gets there and pick 6 it for us. So again, and that's where he kind of quits the game. So a couple of things to know in a game. Even though it's not the longest game, not the most difficult game, the game could have gotten out of hand if I had tried to like really force the issue, right? Now the fact that we had an idea of what he wanted to do, because he kept doing it over and over, is probably why he ended up losing quick at this point, right? Before half. It was 21-10, we're gonna get the ball. The game is probably gonna get out of hand at that point, because I'm gonna start trying to clock you out, and maybe I'll try to bomb you just to get you out of the game. All sorts of things there. So it's just when you play someone who you know or you don't know, or whatever it is, you think you're better than them, don't just think that they're garbage. Play your game, understand what they're doing, and adapt, right? If we didn't adapt, he could have thrown drags on us all game long, probably. But we adapted. We picked him off 2 straight drives. The only ways that he had actually moved the ball in my head, and which is why I was like, I think like it's fine, we're okay, was some random wildcat, right? Not the greatest play. Big scramble by Vic. Again, that could happen to absolutely anyone. And then some random seam streak. I didn't feel like we were going to be in a terrible spot as long as I sat there and I played my game and I played smart, and that's what we did. And that's what I need you guys to do when you play the game as well. Do not make mistakes early in the downs. Do not throw at people like that. And if you really going to ask Madden, then mix it up more. He probably should have run the ball a little bit more. Kept me honest. Just done something a little bit differently. But GG's to him. Hopefully, if he's here and he sees this, he can sort of learn a couple things from it. I think you can. I think you can get better, and hopefully you have a very successful future in your weekend league. Either way, love you guys. I'm out. Peace.